Okay, Kid from No Excuses and my friend Trish, who is a yoga person. Obviously, I am not. And Trish is here to help us with some little yoga stretches for the hip flexors and for some strength to release through and here. So I'm going to turn this over to Trish.
Okay, the first one that I like to do is to stand on something and have a weight. And then squat as low as you can get. And then you hold the weight in front of you, and that helps pull you down so that you can get more a more deep squat. If you turn your toes out a little bit, it helps you get a little bit deeper. You can lean side to side and try to go forward and back, or try to push your knees out. And that just helps your hips loosen up.
And so the weight just kind of pulls you down a little bit more.
Yep. And then I usually stand up butt first, because that also gives you a stretch down the back of your leg. And then also, this isn't what we talked about, but when you do this with a good weight, you actually get a stretch all the way from your foot up your leg and then down your back if your weight's heavy enough, because you'll stretch your back muscles and your arm muscles too.
And that's going to be really good on your hamstrings.
Yeah.
The bear walk?
Bear walk, thank you. The other thing that I do, especially before deadlifts and squats, is a bear walk. And it's kind of like downward dog in yoga, in that you want your back, legs, and your arms to be straight, so that it's almost like a hinge. So the hinge would be at your hip here. And then you want to lift your foot up and your hip up and swing that leg up to the front, trying to keep your back leg straight, which isn't always possible. And then you put your foot up where your hands are.
Now you usually do this with more space, so you do about 50.
I do 50 feet one way
and then
back,
you come back.
And then again, I usually do 50 feet 3 times.
So for those of us who are a little bit trying to get into yoga, you have a different way to do that?
Yep. You just, you can bend your arms if you want to, or bend your knees so that you bring your rear end down, but just so that your body is more comfortable. And then try to bring your foot forward. And then if you want to from there, you could actually try to stand up and straighten it out. So you go down, step forward, and then stand up. Or you can just do it so that you're doing the whole thing this way.
Perfect. And then the pigeon pose. You can move the box, give yourself a little more room.
The pigeon is, you start kind of like a lunge, but then you go down further, and you put your front thigh straight out in front of you, and your back thigh, hopefully, straight back, so that it's almost like the splits. I can't actually do the splits.
Neither can I, don't worry.
So, and then you use your hands to push back so that you push into this hip muscle or joint and try to push. You can try to push down. And then you can also go forward, and then that hits the other side, which goes from your rear up to your knee and even on the inside of your thigh some too. Then you just switch sides. And push down, back.
And you hold this and then kind of relax.
Yeah, I usually count to 30 seconds.
About 30?
Yeah. So I'll just sit here for 30 seconds.
Okay. Can you just do that one more time from the side so they can see how your leg is extended in the back for me?
Yep.
Now, is there an easier way to adapt this for those of us who don't bend like you? That you know of at all? If not, just, that's fine.
Well, when you start out, I mean, if you can only get to here, that's fine. Just bend over from here.
Perfect.
And then push back from here. You could even do both, because that kind of gets a different stretch in the hip if you wanted to even do this way and then also that way.
Perfect. Well, those are a few more stretches that'll get you going in the morning, especially while we're still locked out of the gym from COVID. This is Kit from No Excuses with Trish and Yoga. Take care. Bye.